everyone, it's Jenny at goinggear.com, and I have the Olight H15 Wave Headlamp here. When you get it in the box, it actually just comes in two different components, the head strap and the headlamp and battery pack. It's different than most headlamps that you might be used to if you're used to just having everything in the headlamp part. This does have the battery pack in the back and then the headlamp in the front, so it's a good balance. It's going to balance well on your head. But back to the strap and just the two components itself. It's easy to strap in. You have the strap connectors there, and then also in the back you just slide it in like it's a belt. So very simple to put together. You have your adjuster here to adjust it to your head. Also, what's different about this headlamp is that a lot of times you don't get this over the strap head piece. So it does come with that, which I think is pretty handy, especially since you have the two different components, part of the headlamp and battery pack being at two different ends. But if you don't like it, you don't want it on there, you don't want it on your head like that, you can just easily remove it here on the top pieces. So easily removed or even put back on. The lamp itself is run by 4 AAA batteries and this battery pack right here. And to insert them, pretty simple. They even have it where it shows you how to open up the pack. You just turn it and pull up a little bit. You just want to be careful because it does have the wire there, so you don't pull too hard. And then I have my batteries already in there. And to know how to insert your batteries, it shows you the plus minus polarity, how to turn them, as you can see. Putting it back on is pretty simple. It does have a little O-ring around, so it does seal it up pretty good. So even if it gets wet a little bit, you should be okay. So you just push down. You have to push down at an angle because you have to turn back to where it clips. And you heard the click. So now it's sealed in. To make this lamp work, you have to have the battery pack on. It has this red light here, so you just press the red button for the power. And as you can see, the red light came on to say it's active and ready and standby so that you can use the headlamp. Also, kind of just a quirky little side thing for it, you hold the power button down and the red light indicator flashes for you. Turn it back off, we'll turn it back on, and now I'm in standby and ready to use my headlamp. So flip it over here, and this is the headlamp itself. You can see it's connected, how it's connected to the battery pack. Very firm wire, it's gonna hold up. Like any headlamp, you can tilt it down, tilt it back up. Has the power button on the top. You also have your sensors, your automatic sensors right here. And then your 2 red LED lights on the outside, as well as your main center LED light. Pretty deep emitter for it. And you can see the texture in it. I just clicked up the diffuser, as you can see, so you can diffuse the light a little bit more. That's usually how I leave my headlamps on. I keep the diffuser over it. You know, it's a little, it sticks out a little bit, but I think on your head you're not really going to notice it. But if you just don't want it, you can just clip it up. As you can see there, I clipped it, barely touched it, flips up, and now you can use just the LED main light and let it diffuse as much as it wants. Or not diffuse, but shine as bright as it wants, or as far as it can. You can get a lot more light. We'll put that back down. So to turn it on, it has 2 different levels. It has just a low and a high level. So the first, as you can see, it's a very sensitive clip. So low level is just turning it on. And then you click it again and you turn on your 2 red LED lights. Click it one more time and you're off. So to get to a higher level, you have to click it on and then wave your hand in front of it twice at kind of a quick motion. And it has to be pretty close. I would say at least, 10 centimeters of some sorts away. But we'll actually show you that outside as well in the dark. And then to go back, you wave your hand, it turns it off. So it's kind of cool with the sensor on it, you can turn this light on and off with your hand. So I want to turn it back on. It goes back to that high setting. I want to get rid of that high setting. I just wave my hand in it twice. It can be a little tricky until you've gotten used to it. So you have to try a few times just to kind of get a feel for how to wave your hand in it, because it won't always do what you immediately want. It's not going to be just that automatic. It's more of a feel to it. So I want to turn it off. I can just wave my hand in front of it again. If I want to do this for the red LED lights, you can click them on. Same concept, wave your hand in front of it, and it turns on and off. Also with the red LED lights, they can flash, and if you have them on and then you wave twice in front of it, if I can get it to do it, there you go. Now you get a flash, and they flash for you. Wave in front of it again, turn them off, and you can go back to that mode that you were in. To turn that off, you just wave your hands again, if I can get it. So now, as you can see, now I'm back to it. So it took a few tries there to get me to get the light back to the way I wanted it, but once you, like I said, get used to it, it's really easy to use and pretty handy. But if you don't want to use the hand motion, because if you're in a close quarters and you're moving your head around a lot, it might turn it on and off just from the movement of your head because of whatever you have in front of you. So to deactivate the automatic hand motion, all you have to do is turn the light on and then hold the power button down for a second. Now it won't turn off at all. But once you click it off, and if you click it back on, you're back into the automatic hand sensor mode. So it's a little tricky, not super tricky though, nothing hard to understand. It's to the point. Once you actually get your hands on it and start using it, you get a feel for it and understand how it works. It's a pretty awesome little hand lamp. So this is a great headlamp for things that you want to do like hands-free. For instance, even like if you're camping or you're going rock climbing, you're running at night, it's going to be great. You can just stick it on your head, wave your hand in front of it, and you've got use of light immediately. As well as I like the manual mode where you can just click it on and you just need to leave it on. So even if you're doing little things around the house like fixing your plumbing, going to dark areas under the house, even the crawl space, stick it on your head, put it in manual mode, nothing's going to turn off. You can see where you're going. So I figured to not just tell you about it as well, but I think I'm going to take it outside. We'll go out in the dark and check it out and let you see the different modes at night and see how easy it is to use at night and how handy it is to be hands-free. So I guess I will see you outside. Hey guys, so I'm out here with the headlamp, the H15 Wave Headlamp by Olight, and I've actually got it on its highest setting right now. It comes in two different settings, low and high, and as you can see, I can see pretty far with it, which is very handy if you're out in the woods and you want to go hands-free. I will say that turning it on and off, I'll turn it off with my hand, and now it's off. I'm going to turn it back on with my hand. And simple as that. You do have to keep your hand pretty within 10 inches or so for it to work, but not hard to do, especially since it's just right there. This is an excellent, excellent headlamp. So this headlamp is very easy to use. The actual hand motions to get it to work are excellent, and it's very handy, especially if you want to be hands-free. And now I have it back on the highest setting again. So being hands-free, I'm able to hold the camera, use my hand to swipe in front of it, and I've got light. And this right now I have it on the diffuser, so let me just take the diffuser off, and you can see the difference of how much more light's illuminating from the headlamp. And like I said, it's preference. I like to keep it diffused, just for my own personal sake. But if you're out in the woods and you want to see a little bit further, all you have to do is defuse it, and there's your difference. So I hope this helped you decide on the H15 headlamp, and I'm Jenny with goinggear.com, and you can find this along with other great products at goinggear.com.